Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Well, it seems that I have done it again. I picked up a rusty, crusty, beaten up Craftsman toolbox with some tools in it at an estate sale. I paid $5 for the box and everything in it. It's really rough, so that's just the way we like them around here, isn't it? So let's see what we got and see if we can do anything with the toolbox. So here we go. I found this woebegone Craftsman toolbox at an estate sale. Had a few tools in it. It is rough. I don't think the rust is real bad, but man, it is in rough condition. The little bales are missing there. Let's see. We'll look at the tools later. Doors are okay. Don't see any serious rust. Got some mud dauber nests. Spiders. But I think it can be resurrected. Hey, that's what we do here, right? I don't know what that is. Looks like a piece of chewing gum or something. Caulk. I bet it's caulk of some kind. This was not marked. There's nothing on there. That tag. I asked the guy, I said, how much you want for the toolbox? And he says, oh, I don't know. What do you think it's worth? I said, I'll give you $5 for the toolbox and everything in it. And he took it. So, there's nothing in the drawers. Let's see what's up here. There's a Craftsman hammer. Craftsman. I think that'd clean up. Here is a Stanley. A little for the worse for wear, but it's solid. And the third hammer. Home Carpenter, 13-ounce hammer. I can't tell what that says. Huh. I don't know. And, oops, we got 3 hammers. We got a crescent, crystalloy, adjustable wrench, 10-inch, that works. Appears to be in pretty decent condition. That would clean up pretty easy, I think. Stanley screwdriver that's bent and been abused. Now, there's some items here that I'm not sure what they are. I know what this is. It's an antifreeze checker for a car. It looks like it might be still in usable condition. The rubber's not rotted. The bulb works. I've got one of these. I don't need another one, but anyway, that's it. That was in there. Some kind of a, I think plumbers and electricians use this stuff to like hold pipes down and stuff. Big roll of it. So, not sure what I'd do with that. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. Here's a roll of tape. This is that good kind of tape that's got a little bit of stretch to it, I think. I'll have to think about whether I'm going to keep that or not. I think the rest of it's pretty much junk. A couple of washers. I'll keep those. I do not know what this is. I honestly don't know. I don't know. It's pretty hard, whatever it is. It might be a piece of chalk or something. You know, like a pencil for marking pipes. I believe that's what it is. I might keep that. Here's a broken, whatchamacallit, some kind of a Stanley holder of some kind. Not sure what that is either. Spring. I'll put the spring in my spring box. Super weld. I don't know what that is. I assume it's some kind of, yeah, it's some kind of glue because it's oozing out of there. Whatever it is, there's a little bit of it left. I'll have to investigate that. Caution. Bond skin and eyes in seconds. Ooh, man, I don't want my eyes bound in seconds. So, it's probably some kind of super glue, I'm guessing. Might, who knows, might keep it. This stuff, I don't know. Easy low temperature flux for use with nickel, silver, and gold. Contains zinc chloride. Causes burns. May be fatal if swallowed. Keep out of reach of children. I don't really need any of this, so this is probably going to go in the trash. That's pretty much it. There's some tiny little things that's almost like tiny plastic pieces or something. I don't know. They break real easy. So those will go in the trash. And that is it. So, next step, put all these tools away, and maybe we'll start tearing this box down and see if we can do something with it. Well, that certainly was fun. Can't tell you how much I enjoyed that. I finally got the pen out, as you can see. Finally got the pen out with a great deal of effort. But then I made a pen out of a nail to get in order to get the pin out, hinge pin out, and then the punch that I made got stuck. So anyway, long story short, I got it loose, mangled it up a little bit, but maybe I can get it put back together, hopefully. Anyway, I got the pin out. This toolbox has been a pain so far, but I will say this about it. I really like the way that these slides are set up with that little spring. Makes it really easy to get them out. You don't have to use any kind of a special tool or anything. You just stick a screwdriver down there and kind of lift up on it a little bit. Out it comes. I like that. I got the slide out okay. I got the top separated. Still, I got a lot of work to do here. This is all dented in. It's going to have to be some body work done here. Here, obviously. I don't know what happened there. Looks like Godzilla got a hold of it or something. Okay, next, what I'm going to do is remove all the rivets. And after that, I think there'll be preliminary body work. And then after that, a Brillo scrubbing, a Brillo bath in the backyard. So after that, I'm not sure. Obviously I'm going to repaint it. Probably use some stripper on it. So anyway, here we go. Alright, I managed to beat this thing back into some semblance of shape, and looks like the pin's going in a lot easier. Still going to take a lot of persuasion to get it back in there, but I think I can get it. So now let's see if I can fix the top part. I have wasted a couple of hours trying to reason with this thing, to try to get, before I go too far, I want to make sure I can get the hinge pin back in. And I have tried, and I've tried to reason with it, but it just won't listen. So
what we've got here is failure to communicate.
I am getting ready to go medieval on this thing. I'm calling this a Resto mod, because it's sure not going to be original when I get through with it. But I'm tired of trying to reason with this thing. I'm preparing to do a hingectomy on this toolbox. But first, I need to remove all the rivets. Get the hardware off. This toolbox has some bends, and see how that's bent right there, and the lid did also. So I'm trying to straighten it out as best I can. I'm using here's a big old clamp that Andy M sent me some time back. So I'm using clamps, and every now and then I'm giving it a good, well-placed whack with this mallet. I think it's probably a brass mallet that David at West Highland Shop sent me. So I'm using some tools from other YouTubers to straighten this thing out. So I'm going to crank this thing down a little bit. And let's see if we can straighten it a little bit. The bend is right there. Oops. Yeah. Try that again. I guess we have to be pretty careful to not go too far on one side and not the other. Let's see how we're doing. I think it's straightening out a little bit. Maybe I better stop and reset. All right, it's better. Not perfect, but it's getting there. The top part seems to fit better. So this had a big bend in it, and I straightened that out earlier as best I could. So now I'm going to see if I can do something about this. So here we go. I'll start working on that. I made this tool many years ago when I was inletting a rifle stock, and I think it's going to work pretty well for this. I'll put it over here like this, give it a little tug, and that gets them started. Then I can get under it with this little tool. Kind of straighten it out as best I can. I'll come along later and see if I can hammer that a little flatter. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. This area right here, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about it. If anything, I may decide to leave it alone. Anyway, I'm going to work on that a while. I'm still working on trying to straighten out some of the dents and dings in this thing. And I'm using some clamps and various methods. But, you know, I thought I'd mention, these things, it's just a flat bar of steel. I've had them for years. I don't remember where I got them. I think they might have been in the back of an old car I bought one time. I was always buying and selling old cars, and you know, you always find all kinds of stuff in the trunk of the car. Like I said, I don't remember where I've got them, but these have been. I have two of them. Some of the most useful things I've ever had. Anyway, I just use them constantly for all kinds of things. So, if any of you guys have ever seen anything like this or know what it is, maybe it's some kind of bodywork tool or something. That's basically what I use them for. So, anyway, I am going to clamp this thing down a little with Andy's big old clamp that he sent me. And see if I can get that last little bend out of it. So that's what I'm doing now. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I'm doing a test fitting of the new hinges. They're not going to be pretty, but they're functional. We've got a gap in here where I took the old hinge out, I may try to do something about that. I may fold over a piece of sheet steel or something to kind of close that gap. Maybe, maybe not. These are some 832 half-inch flatheads. They don't fit exactly, but I don't care. They don't fit perfectly because this is not a perfect toolbox. All I can hope to do is make it look a little better. So, there's that. I did a lot of pounding and whacking on this thing. I straightened it out to the best of my ability. Looks like the lid and the rest of it line up okay. Did a lot of metal stretching and tugging and pulling. Now I'm going to clean it up. I don't know whether to go straight for the stripper or give it a Brillo bath first. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, that's where we are now. I wanted to try the new hinges out, make sure that things line up okay, and it looks like they do. So, on we go. Here's the box after a session with the Brillo pad out in the backyard and a good rinse with the hose. So it's a little bit cleaner. Next I think I'm gonna sand it. I'm not gonna try to get down to bare metal. I'm just gonna try to get it smooth. I'm gonna use some of this stuff on there's a few rust spots. It's not rusted through anywhere. So I'm going to use this stuff. It works pretty good. Alright, here is the box after quite a bit of hand sanding, stretching, pulling, and beating to get it kind of back into shape as best I could. I made a little kind of a, I don't know what you call it, not an insert, but an edging piece out of a piece of sheet steel. This ugliness here will be hidden by the hinge, and so there we are. Let me turn it around so you can see the front part of it. I used a combination of clamps and dollies and good old-fashioned beatings to try to get this thing back into shape. And then I sanded it I didn't strip it. I just did quite a bit of hand sanding on it. And whoop, there goes the siren test. I'll bring you back when it's finished. Every so often around here, they test the emergency sirens. We get a lot of tornadoes around here, so they test them about every, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, exactly at noon on a Wednesday. Anyway, where were we? I did a lot of hand sanding and stretching and beating on this thing, and that's about as good as I can get it. Here are the drawers, and they're gonna get a coat of flat red primer. So I'm gonna quit jabbering and do that. Starting to look better with a coat of primer on it. Here's the hardware, ready for some cleanup. I was able to straighten this one out fairly well, so let's get them cleaned up. Okay, now for a little bit of a rant. I think these things are poorly designed. For one thing, I had to make these. Actually, I made them out of the hinge. But they're too easily broken. There should be another rivet down here, I think. See how flimsy that is right there? These are not going to stand up to any abuse. Of course, they're not going to be given any abuse. I'm just going to, this toolbox is just going to be basically drawers to keep tools in. It's not going to be carried around. So there's really, these are basically just for looks at this point. I mean, they're functional, but barely functional. So I'm not at all impressed with the design of this. Okay, rant over. Okay, it's time to put the slides back in. I'm going to put a little dab of lithium grease on the tracks. And just slide them right in there. I cleaned these up in the, I let them soak in evaporust for, I don't know, a day and a half or so. And just kind of scrubbed on them a little bit. They're pretty clean. Actually, they're very clean. I thought I'd round the edges off on these a little bit. Make them look maybe a little more pleasing. This thing is not going to be particularly pleasing to the eye, but anyway, I wanted to, so I did. So here's a last look at the old toolbox. Or I don't know that it's particularly old, but it was certainly in rough shape. It's still in kind of rough shape, but it's going to be usable for storing tools, and that's all I really want it for. Besides, we saved it from the landfill, so that's a good thing. Had to make some latches, or make this part for the latches. You saw my earlier rant about the poor quality of these latches. I've seen David at West Highland Shop completely rebuild these things, but the ones he worked on were much better quality, I think. These are just kind of junk in my opinion. But anyway, the drawers do work. and it'll be used for storing tools in. I'm not gonna, there's no way I could use it to carry tools in. It just wouldn't, these would not stand up to the abuse. So anyway, there you have it. I think it looks much better than it did when I got it, and it'll be an acceptable addition to the garage for storing and organizing tools. Well, I hope you enjoyed that cleanup of that Craftsman toolbox, and I think we got a few interesting tools in it, inside the box also. I think it was worth $5, and I think we had $5 worth of fun out of it, if nothing else. So thanks very much for sticking with me on this. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please leave me a comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.